Hi, I'm Maree MacMillan. We're south of Ilfracombe on Evanston Station. My husband and I have just recently fenced in just over 36,000 acres. We are in a cluster with 2 other properties, and ourselves alone we've done a bit over nearly 55 kilometres of external fencing. Our cluster consists of, as I said, 2 other properties, and we've utilised waratah posts and mesh all the way, and it's been a wonderful success for us. The benefits of us erecting this fence have been amazing. Obviously, we are able to graze our stock a lot more efficiently. Our stock are actually very, very calm and quiet. They're not showing any signs of being stressed or harassed by anything. If almost you could say that maybe they're a little bit doughy, we actually have to give them a bit of a push along now when we want them to move from a trough or from a point to another point. Emotionally, the fence has been a godsend. My husband actually has a full night's sleep. He doesn't wake up in the middle of the night thinking what is happening to our stock and what is being attacked. So that's a godsend. As far as our grasses, well, they're coming back. Hopefully once we have a decent wet, they will respond to that amazingly well. Our stock are expecting to have a better lambing percentage due to the better grasses and not as much stress happening. And hopefully our chemical costs will come down a little bit too. We may not have wandering stock from neighbours or such like coming through now because of this fence. And look, the benefits are just huge. I could go on, but it's an amazing thing, and it's terrific for employment for our area. We have a fella that works for us, and because we put up this fence ourselves, we were able to utilise him, which gives him an income, and we bought all our fencing equipment locally, so that generates income into our local community as well. Sure, the dog situation here was catastrophic actually, and that's not exaggerating, but it was diabolic. There were dogs coming in from every direction, from the east and the westerly direction. We were fortunate enough to be able to trap many of them. We had processes in place, which we always have had, to try and eliminate the encroachment of the dogs. But ever since the fence has been up, we have been very fortunate. We haven't had any get through to our knowledge at all, not just into ourselves but into our cluster. So the fence is paramount in the protection of the sheep and cattle too, but predominantly sheep. And we haven't had an issue with dogs, wild dogs, since we've had the fence up. We found entering into the cluster agreement an absolute no-brainer. It was very easy to do. Morgan stepped us through it. As I said before, there's 3 of us different entities in our cluster group. The 3 of us all got along and do get along very well, and we didn't have any issues. We've had meetings together. Everything's been very amicable. We've all known what each other has wanted to do. We're all on the same page with wanting to achieve the same outcomes. We've all had expectations that we would all use the same equipment, so everything is uniform. And you know, we can't speak highly enough of the cluster agreement and what it is wanting to do and what it has done for us. We're all very, very positive about it, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough to anybody considering going down that path. It's been wonderful. So when we were putting up this fence, my husband and I were pretty determined that we could probably do it ourselves and save a lot of funds for other purchases of stock later on when we had actually finished doing the fence. So my husband, being the wonderful man that he is, decided that we would purchase a Christie post driver, and it is a machine that he built an implement for off the back of a vehicle, and he would pretty much hang off it and drive these posts here into the ground as I was driving. So we would put a big beefy post, as they're called, a Waratah beefy post in, and about 7 or 8 posts later we would put another one in. So between the big beefy and between the 2 big beefies there would be 6 or 7 little bit smaller posts. They went in quite easily most of the time. We don't have a lot of rocky ground. So he would pretty much drive, maybe we would do 200-300 in a session, and we would do from point to point, from end assemblies, and do creek crossings and everything as we went along. And look, it worked wonders. And then we would come along and put on the actual netting ourselves. It has these little clips that we can clip everything into. That was not easy, but certainly easy enough to do, and obviously very time saving because we didn't actually have to tie anything on, you just clip it in. I think for the wider picture as a community, there'll be more stock, which will mean more workers, more shearers, more shed hands, more ringers, more gillaroos, jackaroos. And the flow-on benefits into town, everybody will be buying, hopefully like they used to pre the drought, but the benefits are flow-on right through, not just from us at the farm gate, but all the way into Longreach or all the way into Roma or Mount Isa, wherever you get your stores and supplies from. So it doesn't just stop at this fence, it will go right through. So we've always maintained that whilst the fence has actually fenced us in, it's actually opened a lot of other avenues for so many other things to flow through, which is, the benefits are huge, and I think we'll still see benefits in time to come. I don't think we've seen them all yet.